WTF Weekly with Kiki and Indy, where we talk about celebrities like Taylor and Katie. Yeah! Hello, I'm Kiki.
I'm Indy.
And this is WTF Weekly. It's been a mighty fine week here in the Baeble studio. We had Kimbra in for a session earlier this week, and it was
incredible. She blew us away.
So good. We are still thinking about it today, still talking about it.
Her bangs looked amazing.
Yeah, so good.
10 out of
her
10.
Makeup and her outfit was just, she was wearing like these striped like black and red pants with this marching band jacket, which I was really into.
Loved it.
Loved it.
You guys were kind of matching.
I know. I was wearing like red and black too. She was wearing red and black. I was like, we should be in a band together. And she was just like, haha.
And you're like, no, but really.
No, but seriously, call me. Today, our session with Andreas Mo dropped. So that's really exciting. You can go check that out now.
Yeah, we had a really cool session with him in Industry City, where we all work, for Thrillist. So that was really, really fun.
It was filmed during the holiday season, but it's not too late to get into the holiday season. It's only January. Happy New Year.
Get back into it.
Cool.
So should we just go right into it?
I think we shall.
Okay, guys, for our first story, Justin Timberlake thinks that Las Vegas residencies are for duds.
Yeah, so Justin, I almost said Justin Bieber. That would have been
doing that.
Yeah, when I was typing it, actually, I kept doing that. Anyway, Justin Timberlake recently was interviewed by Zane Lowe on Beats One, and Zane Lowe innocently asked him how he feels about Las Vegas residencies. And Justin Timberlake's answer kind of threw shade at a lot of people who have done Las Vegas residencies, like his ex-girlfriend Britney Spears, Mariah Carey. Who else has done?
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion, she's awesome. Yeah, so he kind of threw shade by saying no.
Also, they're all more successful than him. I mean, I don't know if they actually make more money than him, but they're all way cooler.
Well,
let's be real.
If you're doing a residency like that, you're definitely making money.
You're making so much money, and he's like, so he just assumes that that means that you're kind of giving up and you're old, and that's like your retirement. But it's so not. Like, Britney's now going on tour across the U.S.
Yeah, she is.
She's not done.
She's not done.
You don't see her checking into an old folk home?
Yeah, when I heard him say no, I was like, don't be so quick to say that, because you don't know where you're going to be in 5 or 10 years.
5 or 10 years.
When you just need some extra cash and you can jump on that residency wagon.
What she said. No, but it's so true. He's been a little sassy. And also, during that interview, can I just say,
Sure.
He had some weird twang going on. Did you notice it?
I don't like what he was wearing. Why is he dressing like a lumberjack everywhere he goes now? Like, clearly I get it. It's like the man of the woods. But like, okay, it's now 2018. You don't actually need to like dress like you've been camping for your entire life.
Also, Zane Lowe and Justin Timberlake looked like they were going to 2 different parties. 2 different cities, maybe 2 different countries even. Because seriously, Zane Lowe looked like he was dressed for summer, and then you have Justin Timberlake who looked like he'd been like hunting for deer.
I really think Justin Timberlake has actively decided that like his new aesthetic is, I had just been hiking with bears in the winter wilderness.
He's going really hard when it comes to promoting his new album.
Yeah, it's very confusing. He's promoting like this country twang, going back to his roots, but like, isn't he from Orlando? So
yeah, where are your
his roots? Aren't his roots like boy band pop with NSYNC? Can we just hear bye bye bye? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Bring it back.
I'm just really confused. But yeah. I think him saying that Las Vegas residencies are for people who are getting ready to retire, I think that was definitely throwing shade at Britney. Like,
yeah,
I wonder what he thinks of Britney right now.
I mean, she should have just sang "Call Me a River," because that's pretty much ultimately what he was saying. He's still mad at her for cheating. Let's be real. We're sad too, Justin. Don't worry, your wounds will heal eventually. Speaking of Justin Timberlake, Dylan Farrow called him out for having his cake and wanting to eat it too. For those of you who don't know, Dylan Farrow is the stepdaughter of, adopted daughter of Woody Allen. And she wrote this open letter to the New York Times, I think in 2014, about how she was sexually assaulted and abused by Woody Allen over the years. So the criticism comes from when Justin Timberlake tweeted a tweet basically saying, "What is the saying, having your cake and eat it too? What does that mean? Do I even like cake?" And she responded by saying,
Very serious response.
yeah, did I even write it down? Yeah, I didn't even write it down.
I have it.
Thanks. Kiki coming to the rescue. But basically she said,
She said,
oh, perfect.
the saying means, for example, you can't support hashtag Time's Up and praise sexual predators at the same time. You can't retain your credibility as an activist, retain the cake, and at the same time praise a sexual predator, eating the cake.
So yeah, like I was saying, the criticism comes from Justin Timberlake's recently starring in Woody Allen's latest film, Wonder Wheel, with Kate Winslet. But then at the same time, he'll go and support the Time's Up movement. He even in his last or latest music video had the Time's Up pin. He was wearing it. So super, he's getting a lot of criticism because of that. And it's very powerful, in my opinion, that his stepdaughter, of all people, is stepping up and kind of calling him out for something like that. I think he deserved it.
Hell yeah. There was actually a lot of little symbols to support female empowerment in his last video that he dropped. I think it was for
I always forget
the new single. Something with an S.
It's like something like
supplies.
I was like, pollution?
I kept wanting to say sunnies, like sunglasses. Anyway,
Interesting.
supplies. In the video for that, I think people were like holding up signs with female empowerment sayings and stuff like that. So like he's been like actively, supporting women, which is great. I love that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, like she said, you can't do that and then go and also do the complete opposite of everything you've been trying to convey in your music.
Absolutely.
Also, this isn't the first time that she has spoken out against Justin.
Yeah.
Earlier this month, she was talking to BuzzFeed News, and she was basically saying the same thing. Like, I don't understand how you can be so supportive of women and then go around and say that working with Woody Allen is a complete dream.
Yeah, that is insane. And I felt like when she first released that open letter, she got a lot of criticism and a lot of people didn't believe her. Woody Allen to this day is still denying those claims. Like, I mean, he did it. So it's like really frustrating that people are still, being featured in his movies and thrilled to work with him.
It's definitely a conflicting thing.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of, like you said, there's a bunch of other celebrities that have also started working with him. Didn't Miley start working with him, or some other?
Yeah, Miley Cyrus recently posed with him, I think.
Yeah, that's someone in that realm, like young teen girl, or
creepy,
not teen anymore, but yeah, it's like definitely confusing. I don't know.
It's gross.
Oh, we don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, no one should star in his movies anymore, in conclusion.
I agree.
Speaking of starring in movies, Harry Styles might be the new James Bond man. I was gonna say
Bond man.
James Bond boy, and then I was like, wait, that sounds even creepier.
I love this idea. I call Harry Baby Bond.
Baby Bond, and
Baby
he looks like a
Bond.
little baby Bond.
He looks, yeah. I think it's perfect. He is English.
He's charming.
He's charming. He's got that cool suaviness to him. Yes, suaviness is now a word.
He could turn it into a musical if he chooses.
Hell yeah, if Bond wants to sing, now
Bond
he's
the
got
musical?
he's got options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
There were also, I think Daniel Craig is definitely locked down to do the next one, but the next one, there's rumors for other actors to do it, like Tom Hiddleston. Who else? Other people.
There was this quote that I pulled that I found to be really, really funny. I don't even know who said it, but someone who worked in the movie said, he's going in one direction, and that direction is to play the next the next James Bond. I thought it was so corny, but it's like, you know that person was just like going for it.
Yeah. So this was, I mean, the person who started this rumor that we're talking about is actually Lee Smith.
Yeah.
And he was just completely gushing over Harry. Like he saw him in Dunkirk and started like commenting on that.
Have you seen him in Dunkirk?
I have. Unpopular opinion, but I did not like Dunkirk. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so like there's no dialogue in it and like no talking, and like I need some like, you know, dialogue in a movie.
And talking?
And talking, which is the same thing, but yeah, there was like none of that. However, I did really like Harry Styles. Maybe it's because I knew it was Harry and like I love him.
He's so
but, like,
amazing.
Okay, I could appreciate that this was his very first time acting and he was doing a stellar job. Like you would never think that this was his first acting job. And that's basically what Smith said. He said, you would have thought you were dealing with a guy with many years of experience. You would never know that that was his first film. If he wants to act, I cannot imagine he would not have a great future. And I totally agree.
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember on James Corden, he said that he wanted to get into acting, and he probably was already in contact with someone from James Bond or knew that he was, I don't know if that was before or after Dunkirk, but he already made it clear that that was his next step. So good for you for going out for your goals.
Yeah, I'm just super impressed by Harry that he can literally do anything. He even hosted and took over the show for James Corden that one day when James Corden was out having a baby. Harry stepped in last minute and just hosted the entire thing, and he did a great job.
He did so well. He did better than James Corden.
Heck yeah. I never watched that show like fully, but I watched the full thing with Harry hosting it, and I was so entertained.
Same. He's just like, how could you not just watch him all the time? Like, he should just have his own show all the time.
He's young, but he's a class act. He's gonna go far. I can feel it in my bones.
We believe in him.
Yeah. Oh, also, there are rumors, who said this? An actor said that there is a possibility that there could be a female Bond one day.
Yes.
So that would be awesome. If there's a female Bond,
Rihanna.
Dua Lipa.
Oh, yeah.
Rihanna.
I think Rihanna would win.
Beyonce would be really good, I think. I know it's like kind of like obvious, but I think she'd be great.
Yeah.
Also, Tovlo.
Tovlo, for sure.
Or Princess Nokia.
Oh my God, yes. She's like really intimidating and scary. She throws hot soup on people.
Or like Charlize Theron. How do you say her name?
She was already in a movie. She already was the blonde
Atomic
version.
Blonde.
Yeah, isn't that James Bond, but like the girl version?
Basically. That's why she'd be so good at it.
Yeah, but it's like been there, done that. I wouldn't watch it if she played the same character. I think it would be the same character.
I got you. I agree.
Rihanna, I'll see you in theaters.
Yeah, and I mean, she's gonna be in theaters, so not too far.
So we have an updated story from last week. We talked about how the Chainsmokers' Alex Paul cheated on his long-term girlfriend. Forgot her name. Shame, friggin' shame.
Shame.
But
need a bell.
We do need a shame bell. But since then, he's apologized, saying that, quote, that she doesn't deserve a man like him, unquote. And that, you know, he's really apologetic towards her, and he's so sorry for all his fans, and yeah, he's just like in mourning. I don't care.
Yeah, he said that he's absolutely miserable and that she deserves a better man, but he didn't like...
Yeah, it's like, no shit.
Yeah, like, obviously. So that's just a little update.
Yeah, a little update. He's feeling guilty, guys.
I'm glad he's feeling guilty. Good. Feel guilty.
Feel the shame. Feel the burn of the shame.
Yeah. Now it's time for one of our favorite segments, Kiki and Andy's Current Music Crush.
With
Company of Thieves.
Citizens exercising their constitutional right to assemble.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Good morning. It's very early, 11 a.m. So you guys self-released your debut album, Ordinary Riches, almost 10 years ago, and then you went on a hiatus. Can you talk about sort of like the struggles that caused that?
Genevieve and I met when we were like 18, and we're going pretty hardcore at a hardcore pace with like everything we did. And then we had the cliche music industry struggles, and then all those things caused a lot of internal struggles, and no one was really aligned anymore, and it just felt like we needed like some kind of space and a breather. Well, yeah, it's like a gift to be able to do this again with a second chance after like all the lessons we've learned apart, you know, and reflecting on, you know, what worked and what didn't work back when we were together back then.
So you guys are back now with your new single, Treasure. Can you kind of take us through the process of how that came about?
When Genevieve and I were first getting together to hang out and just write songs with no agenda, it was very freeing, because before it was always like, okay, we got to write an album, or this is going to be released to this fan base that exists that we have. And this time it was just like, how are you feeling today? What is the energy in the room? Like, are we feeling like something light and colorful? Are feeling like something more brooding and dark? And I think that day I was like, I kind of want to have something with an edge right now.
Yeah, you said that. And you said it with that voice too, like, is that okay?
I think that day I had like a very dark, low-tuned, like baritone guitar, and I just started playing this riff. And the first thing that came out of her mouth was the melody that's on the record. And then we just kind of almost played through the song as it is, like in real time. It was really weird.
What can you guys tell us about the new EP coming out?
It's gonna rule.
Heck yeah.
Well, it's like, I guess it's like a taste of like where we're at, or where we were at initially when we first started like making new music. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah. I don't know. There's 2 love songs on it, and then Treasure, and our totally updated version of Oscar Wilde, which is really fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Kind of brought that into today.
And the 60s folk version of
Treasure. Of Treasure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's like a sampler of what's happening.
Time keeps on ticking away. It's always running away. Always running from time.
So if someone goes to see you at the show, what could they expect?
I guess they can expect like an invitation to release like whatever is not working for them, and maybe invite in some good feelings.
Nice.
You know, that feels good.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
That's a great answer.
Yeah, it's definitely a place where you can like let some shit out, you know? Can I say that? Whoops.
Yeah.
Okay. We really love our fans. That's the truth.
Even if they're crazy.
Yeah. All of the experiences with them are incredibly memorable. I feel like a lot of our fans are very creative, colorful people that are artists themselves. And so people will, you know, draw us pictures and make sculptures, and it's really lovely. Like, I am trying not to start crying, but they're just the best. Yeah, I feel like they're more like our friends.
Cute.
Yeah.
Aren't they amazing?
They are just angels,
Sweethearts.
sweeties. Talking to them was an absolute joy.
And Genevieve, her voice,
my
if
God.
you guys, if you haven't checked out this woman's voice, you need to. Listen to their new track, Treasure. It's insane.
And she's so passionate when she just talks to us about the music, and Mark is awesome too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just really great people. And when they left, they were like, this was like one of the first interviews where we felt like we were talking to like our peers. And
I
was
loved
like,
that.
That's what it felt like
day.
for us too. Like
I
we
know.
were just chilling on the couch, having a good time. And yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really excited for their new stuff.
Yeah, really excited to see what they come up with in the future too. Really good.
So
All
I
right.
think that
Sad.
is concluding this week's episode on a great note.
Great note.
I'm Kiki,
I'm Indy.
and we're out.
Ciao.
WTF Weekly with Kiki and Indy, where we talk about celebrities like Taylor and Katie. Yeah!